When it comes to the other part of your clients being single men, what are some of the sexual frustrations or obstacles they're encountering out there that, my audience can learn from?
Usually it's sexual anxiety.
Ooh, okay.
And that is exhibited or projected in different ways. Projected in premature ejaculation, projected in erectile dysfunction, projected in delayed ejaculation, projected in not even able to ask people out, or not able to escalate it to the sexual sexual activity. So
ask people out. I didn't even think about that. Wow. Okay. Interesting.
OMG. That is so I just recently interviewed this woman. She's a specifically just men's dating coach, and her whole thing is helping men start a conversation.
Really?
That little piece. Initiation. Wow. That's her only thing. Is initiation, and she has 500,000 followers, and all these are young men that don't know how to even initiate a conversation.
Right. Wow.
And so there's all kinds of issues.
Wow. It's funny you say that because again, I hadn't dated since the 90s, so here I am at 2016. I go out and I remember approaching women at the bar, and they're just they're freaking out. I'm like, I'm sorry, did I do anything? No, guys don't approach women anymore. They kind of message us through Snapchat. I'm like, really? What's Snapchat? I have no idea what that is.
Yeah.
But I did find, go ahead.
Yeah, no, continue.
No, but I did find that a lot of people did have a difficult time having or carrying a conversation because they were so used to their phones or just used to texting. No one likes to make phone calls anymore. They like to text. And there's some conversations you can't have via text. You need to talk. So it's not lost in translation.
Well, the common way for people who are a little bit shy and, can't just full on get up to someone and be talking to them for 30 minutes. One way that a lot of people do now, and it works, is, complimenting them and then asking them for their Instagram and then slide into their DMs later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give that guy who sees a woman? For the guy that's listening, he sees a woman at a bar and he wants to approach her. What's a good, I don't want to say pickup line, but what's a good way to approach her and ask that question? Okay,
so this is my method that I know would work for me and my girlfriends. That if you start, first read nonverbals. Because if you're trying to make eye contact with her several times and she immediately looks away, she's not into you. Don't approach. Exactly. You will 100% get rejected. Because that nonverbal, that she immediately looks away is she's not interested, and maybe find it even creepy that you keep looking at her. So if you get that a couple of times, don't approach. However, here's when you do approach is look at her, start looking at her, try to make eye contact. And if she looks at you back with a little smile, that's an invitation. Come talk to me.
Yes, exactly.
I've done that many times. That's an invitation. Come talk to me. And if you don't come talk to me, there's two scenarios that can happen. One is I'm not even worth it. I'm not going to talk to him. He doesn't even have the courage to come talk to me, right? Doesn't have the kind of confidence that I want in a man. So one, you missed the shot that you've never taken. Right? What did Michael Jordan say?
I think you miss 100% of the shots you never take.
Exactly. So, the first scenario she'll think is I'm not gonna bother. The second scenario is she might be oh, I really like him. He's hot. I'm attracted to him. I'm gonna approach him, which sometimes happens. But let me tell you, scenario one happens a lot more, where it just becomes a misconnection. Okay, so she looks at you back, gives you a little smile, and maybe even a cheers, where she lifts her glass. That's a 100%. Bro, go talk to her.
Get over here.
Yeah, you're fucking too slow now at this point. So come over, come talk to me, right? She smiles at you. Okay, you're get up, get the courage, go talk to her. The first thing that you can say is, hey, I've seen you from over there, and I'm attracted to you. What's your name? So if you think this is too forward, it's not. We love it. We're oh shit, that's hot. That's confident man right there. I saw you from afar. I find you attractive. What's your name? And then I'm Tara. What's your name? I'm Rudy. Okay.
Back and forth.
Then two things that you can ask that's always great is number one, what do you like to do for fun? Because it's low stake. She can literally say anything that you can bounce off of that. Like, oh, like hang out with my friends. Like, oh, me too. Right. Or like hiking. Like, oh, me too. I'd love to take you on a hike sometime. So asking her that, you'll probably get to bounce off and like invite her to do something. Yeah. And then another one that women are like, I can't generalize, say 100%. I would say like 85% of women like is what's your sign?
That still works. I never used it. I gotta share that with people now. Okay, what's your sign?
It works. It definitely works because it's like men that like to make fun. There's a lot of men that I talk to that like to like make fun of women for like liking talking about signs. I feel like some women find that unattractive.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, like I would think so. I mean, if you like something and they're just kind of like making fun of it, I think anybody would. But yeah, I totally get your point.
Yeah. So don't make fun of other people's liking, talking about signs because you'll miss your shot. Like this is real advice here. You'll miss your shot because she will feel like, oh, you're judging me. So ask for the sign, your sign and like know what your sign is, know what your characteristics are. So there's a conversation right there. And that I can promise you will, if there's connection, it will be a fruitful conversation. She'll find you interesting. She'll want to talk to you and then ask like, hey, if you don't mind, can I get your number? I'd love to take you out. Or, hey, if you don't mind, what's your Instagram? Can I get your Instagram? And then like slide into the DM later. Cause nowadays, sometimes people don't like giving numbers.
Yeah. And I get for safety reasons. There's a whole bunch of reasons why. But yeah, that makes sense.
Like, DM.
Yeah, guys, I hope you're taking notes because that's gold. She's giving you gold. And if you break it down, it's like the simplest form. Just going up and just, hi, how you doing? I think you're incredibly attractive. My name's Rudy. It's just, but it's funny how.
That's hot. Again, like even just that is hot enough. But again, do the groundwork, right? The previous, like the nonverbals. Yes, right. There has to be that because if there isn't that, you'll get rejected. And
also you have to be comfortable in your own skin to do that. Because if you come off like nervous, the woman's going to know that right away. Like,
we can feel it. Yeah.
Yeah. They can feel your confidence and your anxiety. So speaking of which, you said anxiety kind of stemmed from performance as far as in the sexual side. Do you think that stems from maybe pornography? Because I believe it does. I mean, I think pornography has done a lot of great, but it's also done a lot of bad. Maybe for both men and women, but from a guy's perspective, yes, I do know that a lot of men are saying like, I have to be 8 inches long and look like Henry Cavill and all these things. Like, no, you don't, dude. You don't have to be that way. But is that where you're finding that anxiety, performance anxiety stems from?
Yeah. So I would say negative past experiences means a lot. Like if you've had sex with one person and that person was like, ugh, like that was so bad. Like you'll have that kind of scarred in you forever. You have to like work to overcome that. But then apart from negative past experiences, I would say porn is a pretty big contributor. But I don't want to just say porn as a blanket statement because there's also like educational porn. There's also like ethical porn. There's also like watch porn for fun once a while with your partner to get it hot, right? There's different types of porn. I would say people who are excessively watching porn are the people who are seeing these symptoms, the sexual anxiety symptoms.
Right. And also erectile dysfunction, as you mentioned. And it depends on the porn you watch, because I have a lot of women who say like, I got married, my husband, that's all he watches is porn. So he thinks making love to a woman is spitting on her and slapping her breasts. Exactly. And I'm like, oh my God, really? Like, oh my God, that's not real life, man. But it's funny how they think, oh, women love that. Obviously, look at my phone. So that's what I'm going to do my wife, my girlfriend.
They love that because that girl in the video, she loves that because she's getting paid.
Yeah, way more than the guy.
Exactly. So. I mean, honestly, watching porn, I hope that people are watching it consciously, meaning like knowing that that's acting.